What's good? It is Sam here on a brisk December morning before Christmas. It is like, I think the 20th or the 19th, a few days before Christmas. I am on my way to the gym, having a fabulous morning, and it's a beautiful sunrise. I don't know if this is going to focus, but it's beautiful over there. Sun's coming up on the way into the gym, and I wanted to talk about PCT after SARMs. So I started researching with SARMs back in like 2013, I believe it is. By the way, if this is the first time here, make sure you press that subscribe button, son! And I was working in New York City at a gym, and I had I read about SARMs just super briefly online. I had no idea what they were whatsoever. I didn't know anything about pro hormones or anything at that time. I mean, just like very little, very elementary understanding of it. And I read just a little tiny bit about them, but I didn't know anything about it. I'm at the gym and I'm working out with my buddy, and he said, "Yo, have you heard about SARMs?" And we started talking about them. So for the next several weeks, I started researching them nonstop. And then about a month later or something along those lines, I bought my first research compound, and that was S4. That was when you could literally, well, first of all, the S4 was a liquid form, and at that time you could go into stores and you could buy research compounds. Like, it was crazy how easy it was to purchase them back then. I remember, on a complete tangent, I remember living in Hawaii. So I went from New York City to Hawaii, and I remember living in Hawaii and going into this little supplement store by my apartment, and the guy had SARMs that you could just purchase. In New York City, I didn't do that because I was fucking busy, and it was just way easier for me to purchase online than it was for me to go out of my way with. I felt like I didn't have a lot of time in New York City, so I would just anything that I purchased, I would just buy online, because it was just way fucking easier than trying to make a special trip in New York City or literally do anything else in New York City. So anyways, S4, loved it. It was liquid form. It was actually more challenging at the time to find anything other than liquid when I was using them for research. I loved S4, and a great experience. I probably took a little bit of time off, then tried researching with Ostarine, and then probably a little bit more time off, tried a couple other ones, and it's been off and on ever since then. I've tried most of them. I've S23, YK11, LGD, what else? Other ones, different peptides. If you check out the channel, I've talked about a bunch of them. And the only time that I've ever taken PCT was after I did some research with LGD, and I think I had clomiphene. HCG, and clomiphene, HCG, and one that starts with an N, not namoxifen or something like that, or tamoxifen. I think it was tamoxifen or something like that. It was clomiphene, tamoxifen, and HCG. And after LGD, I took that, and that might have been in 2014 or 2015. And I didn't really notice a difference. I did not get my blood work done. Shame on me, bad. You should have got your blood work done. I did not have health insurance. I did not get my blood work done, and I did not have a lot of money. So that was definitely not a good idea. And ever since then, I've never taken a PCT with SARMs. Not saying that's right or wrong. That's just me accepting the risk of whatever it is that I'm doing. Now, if I was in your shoes, depending how you feel about it, I do think that PCT can be beneficial. I've got this question probably 15 or 20 times over the last couple of weeks. If somebody needs to do a PCT, you don't need to fucking do anything. It's your choice. What do you decide to do? a lot of the SARMs are not going to aromatize, so you're not going to have necessarily an issue with it converting over to estrogen, which is where you're going to traditionally get a decent amount of side effects from testosterone. So from that aspect of it, you're going to probably have a lot less issues. Will you have other issues? If you take a decent sized dose and you get some suppression? I personally don't feel, remember, I've never done my blood work for them, so I personally don't feel like I've had a tremendous amount of shutdown with any of them in terms of just the feel of my balls, in terms of if they've gotten smaller. I personally have never felt that they've gotten a tremendous amount smaller. I don't notice any issue really with them. Like, I'm not losing any sex drive or anything like that. I don't feel like I lose a tremendous amount of my gains after I've stopped researching with them. I don't find that I lose a shitload of strength. The only thing I really notice is that, like, the fullness and the dryness or hardness of the muscles tend to go down slightly after taking them, but I don't notice anything else. I'm not like having any other issues when I'm taking them or after I come off of them, other than that. And that is one of the reasons why I haven't really taken a PCT. Do I think it's a good idea to help mitigate risk by getting your blood work on and testing it out and seeing if it's beneficial for you? Yeah, of course. Like, I think that's definitely a diligent thing to do. At some point, I probably will be doing that. Currently, I'm not. Is that right or wrong? It depends on how you feel about PCT and the risks you want to take with your life and how you want to proceed. I'm okay with it. Do I think it's right for everybody? No. You have to make that decision for yourself. This is just like the process that I went through and my thinking around that. You know what I mean? That's why I decided to go with S4 at first, because it was such a mild SARM to try with. And then I was like, yeah, I didn't notice anything. You know what I mean? In terms of, I felt great on the S4 is the SARM that I've actually had the greatest amount of strength increases. Like, if you want strength, in my opinion, with what I've done, S4, I've every single time I've researched with it, I've had the most amount of increase in strength. And I get a fucking amazing look to the musculature. It's a drier, like the sub-Q water seems to go away a lot. I get a lot drier look. It's a much harder type look from the muscles. But anyway, that's what my thoughts are on PCT. Let me know if you have any questions. If you were to get tested, you know what I mean? You could try something like the HCG and something else if you had any issues. And I'm happy to help out, or reach out to me on Instagram. It's at sam.stolt, or I'll leave a link in the description. Also, if you want to follow along, I am documenting my journey of getting to $100 a day online. I am actually going to see if I can do that, and I want to bring you guys along so you guys know exactly what I'm putting out. If one of you decides you want to make a living online, you see exactly what I'm doing. All this content I'm putting out, you'll know exactly what I put out there. I tell you exactly how I'm doing it, how I'm marketing it, and all that. And you can go do that yourself. I've never done it before, but I don't think it's going to be that challenging. Anyways, hope you guys have a fucking epic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.